What movie could have ended 10 minutes after it started if the main character wasn't such a moron? The Ring. Girl 1. Hey, would you like to watch a videotape that will kill you in 7 days? Girl 2. Nah, thanks. Don't swim in the open ocean, Nemo. Okay, Dad. Credits. No, the cartoon would just take a different turn. Angry kid decides to express himself in a different way, coloring himself with squid ink, acts like he's depressed, and listens to Panic at the Ocean and Fallout Fish. Presenting to you Emo Nemo, searching for emo. Cars. If Lightning McQueen had listened to his team and changed the wheels on the pit stop as intended, he might have won the race. But then, he wouldn't have gotten lost in the quaint abandoned town, had adventures, and met colorful characters. And thus, there would have been no stereotypical plot moves that would have shown Lightning McQueen and the audience the value of friendship and humility. Jurassic Park. If Hammond really spared no expense. Hammond. Spared no expense. 15 minutes later. How many times have I told you we need to put locks on the cars? How the fuck do you have your own Tyrannosaur, but yet the cars don't have locks? They can't reach the door handle with their tiny paws anyway. Aladdin. If Jafar had just paid Aladdin as promised instead of betraying, he'd have a lamp and be a powerful king. Aladdin just wanted his money in exchange for the lamp. That's right. I don't think Aladdin could do anything to Jafar who had a lamp. Another thing that's always bugged me is this. If Jafar could take the lamp and make 3 wishes before giving it back to Aladdin, then Aladdin could let Jasmine make 3 wishes before freeing the genie. Batman. Begins. Wayne didn't have to go out the back of the theater. Just call Alfred and wait outside at the main entrance. Just hire a driver to pick you up at the front door. That's what any other wealthy member of elite society would do. Not a main character, but still. Don't open the beach for the weekend. Jaws. Jaws is a perfect allegory for a pandemic coronavirus. We should close the beach, we should quarantine it, and enforce isolation. But we'd lose too much money. And anyway, the shark corona isn't that big of a problem. A little later, lots of dead people. Any movie where the main character says, "There's no time to explain." Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Just teleport Harry to the graveyard right away, you idiots. If Voldemort had magically conjured himself a shotgun and fired it at Harry Potter, not even his mom's love would have saved him from that. But no, he needed to add more drama. Started casting Avada Kedavra on the little chosen boy. He was a baby. He could have used a bucket of water. Man, he could have used his wand without doing any magic. Just press down with a tip on Harry's tiny eye and hold it until he stopped screaming. Any horror movie where all your friends die one by one. After the 3rd one, you should just send it all to hell and get the fuck out. After the 3rd one, I'd be out of there right after the first death and only come back with cops. I would too. But some people don't act within the bounds of common sense. They wait until it's totally fucked up, and only then they decide to run away. There was no need to make Anakin the Padre's bodyguard. Seeing that there's such a powerful sexual attraction between them, either should have just ransomed his mother out of slavery. Would have been easier if he had known she was safe. Not the movie, but series. On Breaking Bad, Walt would have had a much better fate if he had tempered his pride and let his old friend pay for his cancer treatment. My rich friend will pay for all my needs and all I'll be left with, playing Candy Crush and chewing on waffles. No thank you, I'd rather cook meth and kill people. Or let my rich friend pay for everything, but I'll still cook meth and kill people. Take the best of both options. If just a movie. How I Met Your Mother ran for 9 years. 5-minute story. Guys, I was at a wedding. There your mom was playing bass guitar. The end. 50 Shades of Grey. Anna. You're a crazy abusive maniac with serious psychological problems. Get help. The Matrix. If Neo had chose the blue pill, he would have lived a miserable life like all of us. And everyone's life would probably turn out better. Wow. Thank you for throwing everything out of your life and condemning us all to a miserable existence in a messy and broken real world. In my opinion, the bald dude from the first movie was the real hero. No Country for Old Men. Never return to the scene of the crime. Also, if you find a bag full of cash and decide to keep it, check it for bugs. Take the cash. Left the bag. Doing that, Llewellyn and Carla would be living comfortably in the middle of nowhere, Idaho on a ranch they bought with cash. Rock School. Mrs. Mullins. May I see your ID, Mr. Shelby? Dewey. I'm sorry, I don't have it. Mrs. Mullins. I'm sorry, but I can't let you teach classes as long as you provide me with documentation proving you're a teacher. Titles. Honestly, I've substitute taught very often, and no one has ever asked me to show any kind of ID. Not once. I've actually been shocked when I've encountered this. A grown man walks in, and at the entrance they tell him, "You're substituting for Mrs. Someone today, right?" The office number is this, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna sign you in now. Cold heart. Anna, why are you shutting out from me? Elsa, stop it, Anna. Anna, okay, we'll talk later in private. Also, Elsa, you can't marry the first guy you meet. Anna, you're right. Elsa's parents. Maybe if we raise her in a psychologically and emotionally comfortable environment, she can control her powers? John Wick. If Theon Greyjoy would just taken John down, not only would we not have 3 John Wick movies, but Theon would be known as the man who killed Baba Yaga, being the son of a criminal mastermind. At the same time, to receive world recognition for the murder of the most famous killer in the world. Tarasov's family would be untouchable. What's up, are you gonna sell the car? No. Where you bought it? I'm the son of a mobster. There's a shit ton of money in my pocket. Murray Classic Cars. Tell them you're from John Wick, they'll give you a good discount. Wow, thanks! Murray Classic Cars. Tell them you're from John Wick, they'll give you a good discount. My family knows Murray, and we do business with him. As I understand, we run in common circles, and it would be foolish of me to attack someone with ties to my family's store, on the man who runs it, and quite possibly, on my family. But as the smart and calculating heir to a crime boss, I'm just gonna take off. Have a good day, mister. 28 days later. How about not letting an infected monkey out of its cage? And in 28 weeks later, you should have kept a better eye on Don's wife. Seriously, why the hell is there a zero security protocol in place for the virus vector? The guy just walked in and no one interrupted him. You ask questions like that during a pandemic when people refuse to wear masks. Mad dogs. I don't know, Joe. This robbery is going to be risky and dangerous. Yeah, I'm not sure everyone on the team is ready to pull it off either. Cancel it! Lion King. Don't listen to Scar, Simba. He wants to be king by any means. No one actually goes to that gorge to practice growling. I don't think Mufasa knew Scar was so slippery and power-hungry. He knew he had a face in him, but he didn't think that one was capable of murder or that he would try to take over. Mufasa saw something good in the Scar as well. Otherwise, instead of telling him, "Help me, brother," he would have said, "You set this whole thing up, filthy fratricide. I knew you'd pull something like this." Alone at home. Yeah, that's a dumb family that stupidly forgot about one of their kids. Alone at home, too. Congratulations. You've learned from the mistake you made, and this time you managed to get to the airport without forgetting the kid. But you lost him there. In truth, the authors did their best to explain how they forgot the child. So not everything is based on stupidity. A lot of people in the family. Kevin's plane ticket ends up in the trash. Kevin is sent to sleep in the attic away from the rest. The family slept through the alarm clock, so they have to get ready for the airport in a hurry. A girl, counting children, accidentally mistakes the neighbor kid for Kevin, causing her to think all the kids are there. Maybe there were more moments like that. It's been a while since I've rewatched it. In fact, it's obvious that Kevin died before the movie started. It's not like the family forgot him that easily. They just wanted to not break holiday traditions and grieve on Christmas Day. The mom couldn't accept the tragedy, so she dragged the whole family back to be home with Kevin's ghost. This fact explains Kevin's supernatural ability to set traps. And it's why the uncle is don't give a fuck when, upon arriving in Paris, it turns out that they forgot Kevin in New York. It also makes sense that the robbers are demons in the flesh sent to take Kevin to the next world. It also thus explains their shtick of flooding houses. Outside of Christian religions, water is often associated with the underworld. Star Wars. It's not about the protagonist, but still. The Empire takes over Leia's ship and the droids take off in a pod. No life forms found. Don't shoot. No, wait. The droids may have plans that Vader wants. Let's stop them or send some TIE fighters to intercept them. After a while. Sir, we took these droids apart. The gold was useless, but the mechanic had plans. Vader. Well done. You're being rewarded. The main antagonist in the Suicide Squad, member of their gang, Enchantress. She turns out to be evil and builds up her power through some sort of magical MacGuffin that she's being controlled by the lady in charge of the gang. Literally, the whole plot wouldn't have happened if they didn't bother to gather together fucking Suicide Squad. Waller. I have an idea. We create a gang of supervillains and use them to do our dirty work. Dude from the government who decides, no, it's over. If Superman becomes a villain, who can stop him? That's a great idea. Let's create a gang that will definitely not be able to stop Superman. As far as I know, all the members of the Suicide Squad are villains. It's stupid to put slave shackles on them and expect everything to go according to plan. Sleeping Beauty. Sunshine, we should invite Maleficent to our daughter's christening. I know she's the conqueror of universal evil, but it's probably worse for us if we don't invite her. 100%. Even though Maleficent is the queen of evil, not inviting her to the christening was a huge insult. It's also the little fairy who snapped at the witch. Because they didn't want you there. Hello, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? She's gonna pout like a baby? No shit, that evil bitch will think of revenge. Moral of the story, even if you don't want to invite a powerful man to an event, invite him anyway. Better to be nice to the man than have him curse your little girl. Visit. Kids. We're going to visit Grandma and Grandpa. Mom. I'd rather not, but if you want to, I'll drive you to their house. Mom. Hey, you're not my parents, I'm calling the police. The end. Thanks so much for watching. In the comments below the video, write what movie could have ended 10 minutes after it started, if the main character wouldn't be such a moron, and check out other episodes. Bye-bye.